Hi, happy Wednesday. It's Chavi Rappaport here. Welcome to Torah Today. Lessons of Torah as relevant today as ever. So many beautiful things that we can learn from our forefathers. And now the story of Vayeitzei deals with Yaacov. And we have three forefathers because just like our biological parents carry the DNA and traits and genes that are responsible for so many characteristics that we embody, the same is true with us as a nation, as the children of our progenitors, Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Yaakov is about to go into a world of chaos, of deception, of corruption, so far from what he has been brought up with. And he knows he must arm himself so he does not succumb to the evil. He does not become lost because of all the challenges around him, and he is absolutely outnumbered. What does Yaakov do? What is his strength? How does he arm himself? Yaakov stops off in the yeshiva of Shem Ve'ever to learn for 14 years. 14 years before he embarks on this perilous journey and interaction with that swindler. And in fact, when the Torah tells us, Vayifka b'makom, right? We talked about where he slept, Vayalan Sham, he slept there that night. That was the only night that he really slept in those 14 years. He would only kind of fall asleep over his books. He was arming himself in the greatest way possible to know what are his principles, what are his values, and that he had Hashem deep in his heart, in his mind, and in his soul. And what's the second thing he does besides learning Torah? Vayifka, right? We discussed that. He prays. He prays to Hashem to assist him to be able to overcome and stand above and just be a light and never be influenced by his surroundings. Here we are. We are in this. Our life is really just like that. We're born, we're thrown into a world that conceals goodness and godliness. And how do we deal? And that's why in our youth, we spend our years investing, learning, arming ourselves with the strength, with the values, with the beauty of Torah. Torah hi chayenu. Torah is our life. And only then do we go set up a family, go out into the world. Something very beautiful. Yaakov put a stone above his head. Two reasons. One is he wanted to protect his head so that his head, even though he would have to interact and get involved with the material physical world in a very real way, his head, his focus, his vision would be to a much loftier, more sublime level. He wouldn't be mind, body, heart, and soul invested in his day-to-day work, mundane, and sometimes deceptive actions as a result of Lavan and his conniving ways. And there's something else. A stone is symbolic of no feeling. Really, to really be successful, we have to put that stone above our heads, meaning there are times where it's not just what I understand and how I can engage intellectually. I have to rise above that. My connection with God, with Hashem, is above my head. And that's really the only way I can really succeed. Because so much of life and what happens around me and with me and to me is not something I can comprehend. And I need to take that strongly with me. And another thing, sometimes I can feel like a stone. lifeless. No life, no energy, no desire, no interest. Take that stone, gather those stones, and make them into a place of God. So, armed with all these lessons, all these insights, we know how are we combating this fierce evil war. So much prayer, so much Torah study, so many mitzvot. That's the way that we live. That's the way we thrive. Have a beautiful day.